What's next? I want to discuss forgotten memories. Is it age or is it caused by shifting timelines? Um, because last night I met some friends, some old friends. Been friends for almost most of my life, from one or two of them, and then the rest. We see friends probably about 30 years, and one of them's a new person introduced to, a friend of a friend sort of thing. And one of my friends who I've known forever was telling a story, and I think it happened probably about over 20 years ago. And I was an intricate part of the story. And I had no recollection of the story. And, because of the way he told it, he's been telling it for a long time, it should be a ready, available memory for me, because I was the subject of the story. And, it was a funny story, and he's telling it, and I had no recollection of it. It was new to me. And it shocked me, and I'm wondering, because I do know that some things have been changing, slight changes here and there. The Mandela effect, yeah, fine, huh? The weird things about the Mandela effect, but this is things that are happening in my own personal life. Memories or situations that others have remembered, and I have not. And one of the people there who I think was in the group at that point had heard that story, and they were talking and we're laughing about it, and me, I'm blank. I have no idea. I mean, there are other situations like that where I figure, misremembering stories, as we get older, sometimes we fill in blanks and create new examples of stories or new parts of stories, and that's fine. I'm good with that. I know how the human mind is fallible and you can create new memories, but this is something that I had no recollection, and it was a great story, honestly. And if I had played my cards right, if I had acted right, I could have probably played it off as, yeah, I couldn't have filled in any blanks, but I could have at least pretended. But I honestly said, I don't know what you're talking about. And he was like, yeah, he started telling, trying to fill in the blanks. Don't you remember when he tried to give me encouragement in the situation that I had no idea? And then there were other people involved who I don't remember, who are no longer part of the group, but I don't know who they are. And they used to be part of the group, but it was a very uncomfortable situation. So I'm wondering, is it my mind is failing? It wasn't, that's another thing, it wasn't involving alcohol. Sometimes with these stories with alcohol, sometimes your memory's kind of hazy or shadier, and maybe it was a shady memory and I could have related. No, this was no alcohol involved in the story. This story from that point of view was all about being sober and funny situations happening, and a funny situation leading to another funny situation leading to another funny situation. And maybe there was some extrapolation there, but I have no concept of what we were talking about. I felt terrible. So maybe we're shifting timelines. Maybe I shifted timelines and I'm now with new people. I have to go back and try to remember back in the late 90s, early 2000s what I was doing, and I'm honestly having a blank. I can't remember exactly what I was doing back then. Maybe I have to meditate on it? I don't know. It's weird. It's like I was placed in as a character in a story and wasn't fully informed of the backstory. It's a weird such sensation. Or maybe it's just because I'm so tired. Well, maybe I have a medical condition. I don't know. I'm only 51. I mean, there's no other issues with me. Well, maybe it's a repressed. That's another thing. The human mind is itself a weird situation where and it does hide memories from us that may have not have been traumatic at the time, but over time, maybe I did something or said something and it became traumatic towards me. Traumatic through introspection. I don't know. I'm basically this video vlog or whatever. It's just me trying to talk something out that I was not quite sure what to do with it. But I welcome anyone who watches this video and sees what I'm saying, and if they can identify or if they can think of anything that, maybe I need to meditate on it. Maybe I've repressed a memory that honestly seemed like a funny memory, seemed like a funny situation. It wasn't insulting, it was just silly. It was intricate. It wasn't like something that could have been made up. It was a very intricate story. Or maybe I shouldn't worry about it. Just continue on. Because there might be more situations like this. In the end, aren't we all just a collection of stories in ourselves? Because where we're right now is all the experiences we've had before. So maybe I should just let myself think of that story from his point of view and maybe put myself and try to remember it from that point of view, from what he told me. Try to fill in the blanks. Or maybe be able to find the parallel story that maybe that's where I existed at the time. Because the parallel timelines do exist. And maybe I just shifted. And just I'll have to live with that. It's kind of Twilight Zone situation. I mean, I am living my best timeline. There's no question. I do that every day. But maybe living my best timeline has shifted me, not now, not future, but also past. Or maybe it shifted me now, future, and also past. But you can watch this video, comment, critique, be mean, be nice, subscribe. I welcome any conversations. If you made it this far, at least you found it interesting enough to watch. And all I have to say is just be good to each other and try to find your best self day to day. Because that's what I try to do, even though when I meet old friends and who have stories that I'm intricately involved with and don't have any idea what they're talking about, try to be my best self and try to turn the conversation to something I do remember. But just my ideas. What's next?